Hi, this is my journal for day 42, and in this journal I just wanted to talk a little bit about the challenges that I faced in my first day of shooting for my documentary, my personal one. So I know I talked about before in a previous journal entry about what my subject was going to be, so it's going to be called Life as a Twin. So I was shooting with my 5-year-old twin nieces, and I think one of the challenges, first off, of course, is you're working with 5-year-olds. On top of that, they were my nieces, so they were very comfortable with me, and so, I mean, it could have gone either way, I guess. They could have been completely compliant, or because they know who I am and they're comfortable with me, they decided that they weren't going to comply to my orders at all. And I didn't really order them around like I could have, because I didn't feel I had the authority. I didn't feel comfortable with that, especially because I felt like them working with me on this documentary thing, they had an option whether or not to do it or not. I couldn't force them into doing that. It was something I had to do, and it was my responsibility. And it wasn't something that, like, it's not like they had to eat their vegetables. You can't force them to work with their aunt. You have to sit down and answer these questions about your life. I couldn't tell them to do that. So that was another thing I had trouble with, was just having authority and getting them to comply to what I wanted them to do. My mom, actually, before she dropped me off at their house, and before she left, she jokingly told them, "Alright guys, you keep Aunt Talia in line, okay?" And so they took that, and they worked against me. It was really funny, because they kept on bringing that up. I'd be like, "Alright guys, come on, can you answer a few questions for me? No, let's not play this right now. Let's go work on these questions, and then we can play." And they would be like, "No, Grammy told us that we have to keep you in line, and so Grammy told us that we get to, you know, help you, da 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 da." And so they took what my mom said and used it against me, which I thought was really funny, and it was kind of made things a little bit worse because they felt that they had authority over me. So yeah, just getting them to work with me, that was a huge challenge, and I knew it was going to be, but I didn't realize it was going to be as challenging as it really was. And it took some of the joy out of shooting, but I was still able to get some good clips out of the work that I did with them. I had my whole list of questions to ask them, and that hardly worked out. I think I got 2 questions answered, and one of the twins only answered one of those questions. So in that way it was hard, but I was able to get footage of them just being in their environment, doing what they do together, interacting with each other, which is important, because a documentary is not only just telling, you have to show and tell. Show, like with those video clips, I'm showing them in their interactions with each other. I'm showing them bickering over something. So you get to see, like, some of the video I was able to take will be great in illustrating, you know, what they fight over about as twins, and just like the dynamics between them. So that was something really important that I was able to achieve. A majority of the footage that I got is just them fooling around, but that's great too. I know I'll be able to use it, and it'll be a lot of good filler material. And I'm working on, my documentary has to be 20 minutes long at the minimum, and that has been a humongous challenge as well, is just trying to meet that criteria. I'm used to making, like, short movies, 5 minutes or less, and I have to make something quadruple that long. So those are just some of the challenges that I faced in my first day of filming for my documentary project.